I'm Akash Dutta. I'm a fifth year BSMS student, and I did my master's thesis on thermal ocean fronts at mesoscales and sub-mesoscales and how they impact living organisms, especially zooplankton.
How did you get interested in this?
I got interested in ECS over coursework mostly. I was working on biogeochemistry for a bit in a coding project. So I was coding up a library that worked on BGC. And then I decided that I wanted to work on how ocean physics plays a role in constraining living organisms, and I found my advisor online looking at that kind of work.
Was this always the plan?
No, it wasn't. I came into ISER expecting to be a biology student, but I always really liked physics at school. I did iGEM in my second and third year, which kind of convinced me not to do biology. And in parallel, I was getting more and more interested into climate science and physics and ocean physics and stuff like that. The idea being that this thesis was an ideal intersection of the two, of my old interests and my new interests.
How is working on a thesis different from working on smaller projects?
It's different because I think more than anything else, there's no coursework in parallel, so you don't have anything else to switch to when you get burnt out on the thesis.
Okay. And what was the hardest part of working on a thesis?
Exactly this part, because what would happen to me is that I would need to take a week off to read novels or study history or do something totally different to be able to come back to my work just to have that spark again, and then I'd have to work really hard to make up for what was missing. With courses, I could go back and forth. It was easier before.
And what are your future plans?
So I'll be working here for a year, and I'll be applying for PhDs during that. I'm changing tack slightly. The earth sciences, I've realized, have kind of trifurcated methodologically. So there's observation heavy component, there's another branch of earth sciences that really works on realistic models, and then there's a third that uses toy models, conceptual models, geophysical fluid dynamics, things like that. And what's ended up happening is that most people work in the first two, and I'm really attracted towards the third because there's a possibility for causal understanding there. The first two have too many variables going on all at once, and you can't always decide what drives what mechanistically, and it's the third I'm interested in. So I'm applying for GFD PhDs next year.